Hi, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day, and welcome back to In the Cards and Stars. So, I was going to record my podcast like I usually do. And then I remembered how fun last week was when we were doing the birthday episode where we did our first live podcast. And so I was like, you know what? Why not just hop on and see if any of you guys are on here? You can jump on too. If not, you can watch it later like a regular video. But I just thought it'd be fun to have the opportunity to interact at least. So, okay, here is what we're going to be talking about on this podcast episode. We're talking about the F boys of the Zodiac. Now, Sage Moon, shout out to Sage Moon, gave me the idea to do this episode on our last live stream because we were talking a little bit about Mean Girls of the Zodiac and F boys of the Zodiac. And I was like, all right, I got to do a full episode on this. And what better day than Valentine's Day? You guys get a lot of lovey dovey content everywhere else. So, might as well spill a little tea and gossip a little bit here. Some astro gossip if you need a break from all the lovey-dovey stuff. Okay. So before we get into all of that, I will do one little tiny, tiny lovey-dovey thing. As you guys know, who join me on the channel a lot, Lawyer Moog, my husband's just like the sweetest, just best person ever. And I want to show you guys the flower arrangement that was delivered today because it was so beautiful. Look at this, you guys. Oh my God. I got to show it off a little. We got to give Lawyer Moog the credit. So he got me that. Ooh, that is a heavy flower arrangement. You know that's a good arrangement when you can barely pick it up. And then he got me some chocolates, which are in the other room, and a beautiful poem that he wrote by hand, which I'm not going to read this, but trust me when I say he's an amazing writer, and it was so sweet. This was my favorite part of all, honestly. And he knows how much I love that. So it's been a good Valentine's Day over here. Now I'm gonna spill some tea with you guys. Then we're gonna grab a little bit of dinner. Oh, there he is. Love you, honey. But okay. Before you oh, hi, Chrissy. Thank you. It is gorgeous, isn't it? Credit to Lawyer Moog. So, okay. Now, we all know that before you meet your Prince Charming, your Lawyer Moog, if you will, you got to kiss a lot of frogs. And that's what this episode is about. We are going to be talking about the F boys of the Zodiac because there are many. So, so we're going to talk about all the different zodiac signs, like how to spot an F boy of that zodiac sign, because all of them show their traits differently. So we're going to gossip a little bit about that. And then I've picked out my top 5 celebrity F boys, and I have their birth chart placements here to share with you guys. Just a little fun. We're also going to do, okay, Carla, I like that idea. Read about Taylor Swift and Beyonce's relationship. Okay, and we'll pull a few cards. I also wanted to do a check-in because some of you guys have requested an update on Taylor and Travis. So I was like, this would be a good time to do it, right? We'll do it during the Valentine's episode. So let me write down those requests because you guys know how it is. Once I get going, I forget to come back to the request. So hold on. Un momento. Got paper. I got some paper down here I can use. A little scrap paper. Okay. I have been filming all day today. I was doing a TV segment episode, so forgive me. I got stuff everywhere. Okay, let's see. Um, Taylor Swift. Okay, so we want to do Taylor and Beyonce, their friendship. Yeah, I wonder if the whole Grammys situation I don't know if that made things a little bit awkward because some people were speculating that Jay-Z was referring to Taylor Swift when he was saying some people don't even belong in this category and that it's all fake. And then Taylor Swift goes up and gets her honor of getting the award. It kind of, right? It's a little bit, I don't know, a little weird. Even though Beyonce didn't say it, you just have to wonder. So I think that's a good one. Great request. So we're going to do Taylor and Beyonce, Taylor and Travis update. Okay. So we got those down for after we talk about these zodiac sign F boys. Chrissy says, so funny. Okay, good, good. Oh, and will Beyonce's new album flop? Oh my gosh, Carla, another great question because yeah, she's doing a country album, right? Or was that just a rumor? I saw that somewhere. Um, which I mean, she is from Houston, so she may just be going back to her roots. But hey, I'm all for getting out of your comfort zone, doing something different, but we'll see if it'll be well received, for her on a professional level. All right. So let's talk about it. Let's go. Okay, guys. So here are, let's see, let's talk about the F boys first and foremost. Who the top 5 celebrity F boys that I've picked out are. Now, trust me, there are many more. I'm sure I've missed some. And feel free to drop it in the messages, drop it in the comments if you guys have an F boy that you would like to contribute to our list. Okay, so first and foremost, I don't know, just the top of my list is Adam Levine. Now, remember how he cheated on Bahati Prinsloo? That's just really my number one, and it was all exposed. It was a whole thing. It was kinda icky and not kind of, it was very icky, and I wanted to know, what are his zodiac sign placements? He's also a nepo baby, excuse me, baby, another fun fact, and, he just gives me a little bit of a smarmy vibe. So here are his placements. Adam Levine has his Sun in Pisces, his Venus in Aquarius, Mars in Pisces, and Moon in Scorpio. Now, we do have his birth time, so we have some accurate extra data on him, including the fact that his midheaven is in Taurus, and his midheaven is like the way that he's seen by the public, which explains a lot. So, I don't know about you guys, but when I found out about the whole scandal where he cheated on his wife, I was shocked. Like, I really thought that he was very, I don't know, just like a family man, super grounded. I thought he was like super in love. Also, Maroon 5. I used to love Maroon 5. I still like it a lot, but I was like, what? That guy? It's like, I was just super shocked. And I'm going to go ahead and chalk that up to his midheaven in Taurus, because people with a Taurus midheaven come across like earth signs. They come across very grounded and like, Taurus is the type that like will take care of everybody. They build some stability. They kind of remind me of cancers in that way, where they're all about like, they'll have you over to their home and they will cook a great dinner for you and they like bring people together. Taurus can be like the most like nurturing, stable zodiac sign. So I'm just going to say the midheaven in Taurus, that's what threw us all off, I think. Oh, hi, Beth. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Oh, Dolly and Archer, yes, they did get treats. They are always getting treats. Yeah, we're having fun. Chrissy says that's probably why Beyonce wore the Western cowboy hat. Yes, absolutely. Okay. All right. So let's talk about his other signs, the other placements in his birth chart. So Adam Levine, Sun in Pisces. Let's talk about this one. Oh, by the way, disclaimer. Okay. This is purely for entertainment purposes only. I know I say that all the time, but other people could interpret this like, you get your feelings started. Feel like, well, I'm a Pisces sun. Like, does that mean no? It does not mean anything about you. Um, there's a spectrum of behaviors that every single zodiac sign can exhibit, right? And so I like to think that everybody watching this, or if you're in our T tribe, you're probably on the high end of the positive spectrum of qualities for that zodiac sign. But there's always going to be a low vibe. We can express things either positively or negatively, and this is like the negative tendencies of the zodiac sign. If someone were to decide to just be like, embrace their dark side. We'll say that. Okay. So please don't anybody get offended, because we are going to do some gossiping for fun here. All right. So, Sun in Pisces. Pisces sun people, they can be very elusive and mysterious. Now, this is going to be the first red flag if you're trying to avoid F-boy behaviors. If you see that a Pisces is being like hard to pin down, they're not like sticking to their commitments, like they have dinner with you tonight, and then all of a sudden you're getting a text that like, can I reschedule last minute, and it's not making sense with what the plans were. I'm just going to say that's the first red flag for a Pisces sun. And I would bet that Adam Levine was showing some of those behaviors, but also, if you have a Pisces sun, it's just gonna that kind of contributes to the slipperiness needed to be an F boy and to be able to slide in and out of situations, manipulating the situation. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, so that's like illusion, So I mean, I can definitely see that. Okay, Venus in Aquarius. Now, if someone wanted to be an F boy, with their Venus in Aquarius, this would be very helpful for that, because Aquarius is really more about like the collective than an individual. So that's why Aquarius is like humanitarianism, like groups, rules the 11th house. We're all going to do this together. Well, if you want to put an F boy spin on that, um, doing this together with a whole group of people with Venus there, I mean, leading with the wands. Am I right, Beth? I mean, but for real, that's completely what that would be. Venus and Aquarius people, they can be more detached if they choose to be. It's just having an air sign Venus, you can just kind of detach and then you pick back up where you left off. It's like it's handy for that. And then let's see, Mars in Pisces again with the slippery fish thing. Mars is your passion. Mars is what like gets you fired up. So I hate to say this, guys, but on the dark side, and in Adam Levine's case, I would venture to say that because of the Mars in Pisces, he almost enjoyed the art of deceiving, if you will. I know, it's bad. But Mars and Pisces, they do get, like, fired up and, like, turned on, if you will, by being that slippery fish, by being able to create an illusion. So this is, like, the quintessential, person that would enjoy the hiding elements of an affair, but then once it was exposed, would, like, not be interested anymore. Just saying, I need my little teacup to, like okay, wait, Beth is saying some stuff. Spill the tea. I love all the gossip. Cards and stars tell us. Oh my God, love you, Beth. Yes, the wands. It's dangerous. It is dangerous. It really is. Okay, and then Scorpio moon, last but not least, the cherry on top of the F Boy Sunday for Adam Levine is a Scorpio moon. And Scorpio moon, again, I have Scorpio moon too. So, like, don't be offended. But if someone were to be an F boy or an F girl or whatever, you're trying to do here, Scorpio moons can be extremely intense and on the dark side can really be self-centered about what they want and single-minded. Also, Scorpio rules the underworld. So dealing with things that are taboo, doing things that are like, something that would be hidden, something that you wouldn't want exposed. That's all the realm of Scorpio, the clandestine, so again, with a lot of Pisces, a lot of Scorpio, the Aquarius ability to detach, and then the midheaven good guy image of Taurus, I'm going to say this is a great FY chart. So that is why he is number one on my FY list of celebrities. Oh my God, that makes me sick. Oh no, Beth, don't be sick. Oh my gosh. The tea is too potent. Okay, we're brewing up a potent batch of tea today. All right, next, Leo DiCaprio. He is number 2 on my top 5 F-boy list. And let's look at his birth chart. Oh, well, hold on. Which goes without saying, I feel like everybody's heard this, but I should clarify. The reason that he made my list is because he has been quoted I think he's been quoted. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's quoted, or it's just like common knowledge, allegedly for entertainment purposes, that he doesn't date women over the age of 25, or once they turn 25, like he moves on to someone else younger. And I think that is F-boy behavior. So he has his sun in Scorpio. Okay. Hades, the underworld, just saying the intensity. Um, he has his moon in Libra. That is a charmer type of energy. Libra, while they can be the best at relationships because Libra rules the seventh house in astrology, that's partnerships, romance, flowers, and like, just all the things that are like fairy tale vibes. Well, if someone wanted to be an F boy, they would know exactly how to charm people with a Libra moon. So check. And also can charm the public, right? Because even though we know that he does all these things, somehow people still find him charming. Just he still gets roles. He's still popular in the public. He doesn't have like a negative image, I don't think. Okay, he has his Mars in Scorpio again, fired up, passionate about underworld type of energy, the hidden, the forbidden, the taboo, perfect F boy placement. And then dude, I mean, you guys, you got to be kidding me with this. Venus in Scorpio as well. So Leonardo DiCaprio was basically born to be an F boy. That's not an excuse because we have free will, but I'm just saying, if we look at his chart, we can see how the energy is being channeled. Lots of Scorpio, and then with that Libra moon to add a little bit of charm to all of the taboo topics, to all of the smarmy kind of and Scorpios, if a low vibe Scorpio can really be a lot. I'll just say that they really can be the worst. Sorry. I said what I said. Okay, moving on. Okay. F point number 3 on the list, on this wonderful list that I'm sure everyone wants to make. Tristan Thompson. Oh my gosh. So Tristan Thompson, the basketball player who recently was suspended from the NBA for a few games for, I think, allegedly using some whatever enhancing drugs, sports enhancing drugs, something like that. That's a different topic. But on top of that, he has not been the greatest partner to Khloe Kardashian. All of that played out in the public eye, where several times he was caught on camera with other women trying to win her back. I think that there was a temporary, little moment in time where Khloe Kardashian tried to get back with Tristan, and then he just did it all again. And so now she's like, no way, never again. And he's out there just living his F-boy life. And his birth chart is also a pretty good F-boy chart. He has his sun in Gemini, making him. Oh, hi, Penny. Okay, hold on, guys. Let's take a little pause here. Penny said, "Hi, Brit. I was just getting ready to DM you to make sure you guys are safe. Hey, all. Thank you so much, Penny. Yeah, I didn't bring it up when I first hopped on here, but I did want to mention what happened in Kansas City today, the shooting. Just a little pause from our tea because I just appreciate you saying that so much, Penny. And, my heart goes out to all the people that were there who were scared or injured or, the person that lost their life. We were not there. Michael was working at his office and I was working from home. And, we were not anywhere near it, but thank you for thinking of us. And I'm just so sorry that something so fun and uplifting and joyful for people that was just meant to be a celebration turned into something so heartbreaking and really scary and sad. And yeah, so take a little minute to send all those people loving energy. And I just hope that everybody feels better and recovers from this, and the people that lost their lives, it's just so heartbreaking. It really is. I was so sad and like really down about it. That's honestly part of the reason I wanted to get on here and do the podcast live, because I was like, my tea group is always so much fun when things are dark. We can joke around and have fun and kind of forget about the darkness. So thank you guys for that. I want to thank you guys also for always being there. Okay. So not a great segue to have, but we're just gonna segue back into Tristan Thompson, I guess. Just trying to entertain ourselves and keep it light, I guess. But okay, so Tristan Thompson, we were talking about how he has a great F-boy birth chart, and he has his sun in Gemini. Now, as a lot of us, I'm sure, have heard that Geminis just kind of get a bad rap. And I'll tell you this. Gemini sun signs, if they want to be an F-boy or if they want to be like manipulative, on the dark side of Gemini, they really do have the tools to, just take things to the next level. And that's because Gemini is known as the twins. They do have two different sides to their personality. And if you decided to use that for, your F-boy ways, don't drink every time I say F-boy, by the way. uh, you'd be very drunk. Their FOA ways, they it's just perfect because they can truly be one person to someone's face and then be living a whole separate life behind the scenes. And again, we're just talking about these hypothetical F-boys. Like if you have friends that are Geminis or you're dating a Gemini, this is not everyone. This is just those who choose to live on the dark side. And Tristan Thompson is a perfect example of someone who has definitely lived on the dark side. Um, we see it play out on that whole season of Kardashians, the recent one, and we just keep seeing him kind of repeating his two-timing ways. Okay. So, oh, I'm sorry. Wait, that was when I came back, I read the wrong one. Sun in Gemini, that was Scott Disick, but that applies. He's the same way. Okay. Not to give away, he's my number 4. Okay, back to number 3, Tristan. So he's a Pisces sun, similar to Adam Levine. Okay. So, we talked about how Pisces is ruled by Neptune, also masters of illusion. It's just in a different way. They're more like, I will say, a Pisces energy F-boy is more hard to pin down. Like they will paint a picture of things being a certain way, and they'll like do little things like not show up, but there's always like an excuse or a reason because Neptune creates this illusion where you're really buying into it. It's like a romantic fantasy versus Gemini. Gemini is very like straightforward. It's like they're not like great at lying. They're not great at like creating a false reality. it's more blatant, it's more, like, obvious, and I think we did see that, skipping ahead a little, we did see that with Scott Disick and Kourtney Kardashian. He was just kinda, like, openly kind of a jerk, He was. But Tristan Thompson, definitely the Pisces sun, a lot of illusion there. It wasn't even it was just more about him, like, saying a lot of really kind things. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. So, like, whereas Venus is all about, romantic love, Neptune is like taking that romantic love and spinning a complete fantasy. So people can get like really confused if they're with an F boy that's a Pisces. It's a whole thing, which I think we saw, with Chloe. Okay, again, Aquarius moon, another major Aquarius placement. So these people can detach. So that does explain why Tristan was able to detach and do the things that he did. He tapped into that Aquarius superpower of detachment. Venus and Aries. Now, Aries F boys are known for having multiple interests, if you will, multiple people that they pursue. Aries is the, leader of the zodiac, the one that likes to have a conquest. They like to always have something new and exciting, the fire starter. Also, Aries is the baby of the zodiac, being the first sign. So there can be some immaturity there if someone's living on the dark side of that. And it's almost just like, ooh, something shiny, something shiny. So that's that like Venus and Aries energy that Tristan Thompson definitely did not harness. And then harness for the good. He definitely, I think, fell right into it. And then Mars in Gemini. So he does have another prominent Gemini placement. And that Mars in Gemini means that you are passionate about and pursuing several different things, people, situations. You need variety and a lot of it. Always. It's like Gemini really does crave a lot of things happening. And with Mars and Gemini, yeah, it's that makes a lot of sense. I'll just say that makes a lot of sense. Okay, wait, what are you guys saying? Let's catch up. I want to catch up here. Mm, Beth says I'm getting some fermented tea. Cheers. Oh my god, I totally agree with gossip. Entertainment purposes only top 3 F boys for sure. Okay, nice. Beth, I'm glad that you agree. Beth has weighed in. Adam, Leo, and Travis, or and Tristan, yes. Okay. Oh, Penny D says, "In the future, I would like for you to take a deep dive into Chloe and Tristan." Okay, noted. Noted, Penny. Like, into their birth charts? That would be interesting. I can do that. Maybe I can do that over on the members channel, Penny, and do a real deep dive uncensored. Hmm. Okay. I try to keep it a little more censored over here, but I can really, yeah, we can get into what really happened there. All right. So those are my top 3. Last 2, we're not going to spend too much time on them because we are going to get to some tarot readings that y'all requested, but let's talk about them. Scott Disick, I already kind of talked about him when I accidentally thought that Tristan had the Gemini sun, but Scott Disick has that sun in Gemini, and we did see him, in earlier seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I used to love that show so much in the beginning. Um, I'm not really that into it now anymore, but just like, in the old days, just loved, like, the reality shows, but he even back then, he was kind of slick, he was kind of, a fast talker. Geminis always have something witty to say, so they can be very charming and very different from the Pisces energy of creating an illusion and confusing people to where I'm just gonna say they, like, have a different style of manipulation, if you will. A Gemini can manipulate more because their brains work really quickly. They're ruled by Mercury. So, and Mercury is all about, thinking and communication. So they have this ability to really just like think quickly on their feet, and they don't really create an illusion. They more just are able to manipulate a situation directly, if that makes sense. They have a quick answer for things. They're charming. They throw you off because they'll be entertaining. And a lot of the time with a Gemini F boy, people don't even want to see it because they're just having such a good time with them. And I think that's really what happened with Kourtney Kardashian and Scott, um, until it couldn't be ignored anymore. And okay, his moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is all about travel and adventure. Again, if this is your emotional energy and you're choosing to be an F boy, you're going to always want to be in different places, traveling, lots of temptation. These people can often forget promises that they've made. things like that. So very much flying by the seat of your pants type of energy. Non-committal, big time. Venus in Cancer and Mars in Gemini. So there's that Gemini placement. Again, I know Gemini gets a bad rap, but it's only because when Gemini chooses to be like the lower vibe of the zodiac sign, they can do some damage to people. So people are, they have some stories about Geminis. And not every Gemini is like that, but the ones that are, they can do a number on somebody. So just to be honest here. So Mars and Gemini attracted to variety. Again, just like Tristan Thompson, they have a lot of similar vibes. It's kind of funny. Scott Disick and Tristan Thompson. That's interesting. And then Venus in Cancer. Now, this is where it gets complicated because Cancer is very nurturing, very loving. Cancer rules mother, father energy. So I think that this also could have been what contributed to, Courtney staying around for so long because if Venus is in Cancer, the person will have a way of coming across as being very like nurturing and loving, someone that you can really rely on and talk to. They have such a sensitive, sweet nature deep down, but unfortunately, if someone is really being an F boy, that's only going to cause more pain by bonding with them deeper. So he has that little secret weapon of Venus and Cancer, making him, someone that people have a soft spot for, even though he does a lot of reprehensible things. Which again, I think that's why people like don't hate Scott because he has that Venus in Cancer and you can see it. Like he'll be very sensitive sometimes and you just can't help it. He seems like a little kid. I totally get that from him. Okay. Then last but not least, I don't know if everybody will agree with me about this one because this guy doesn't really have a bad reputation per se, but I think he gives off some pretty significant F-boy energy. Let's see. Penny says Scott has a lot of regrets now for sure. Oh, I agree. I totally agree with you, Penny. Liz, surprise live stream. Yes, surprise live stream tea. Liz, I was going to record by myself this podcast. And then I was like, it's Valentine's Day. I'm just going to get on and see if anybody else is on here and wants to chat about some of this too while I record. So, yep, surprise. Okay, so number 5 is Pete Davidson because he's just like, I feel like he's that guy that like, he's always there, you know what I mean? Like, if a woman gets broken up with, he's like the guy that always is gonna, like, slide in. Also, he's left a lot of relationships and gone straight into another one super fast. I'm just gonna say he's given the F-boy vibes, and this is his chart. So he has his sun in Scorpio, just like Leonardo DiCaprio. I feel like Pete Davidson could be just like Leo. Like we could be having this same conversation in another like 15 years. Like I just think that he might be that in that place where he's still dating the younger women. He's still kind of like doing the same stuff. So sun in Scorpio. He has a moon in Capricorn. Now, this was a little bit surprising to me, honestly. I still don't really get this from him, but you must have to know him better. Moon and Capricorn. So these people, they crave this sense of like, they need to feel like stable and powerful. And it's really important to them to like build a legacy, which a lot of these people, they will have, they will place a lot of importance on their family ties, like building that legacy, having that strong, committed relationship. But fun fact about Capricorn energy tends to be very serious, you know, earlier in life. And then later in life, they kind of open up and really like let other people in. So if this is someone's moon sign, part of the F-boy energy could be because the person is like Pete, actually, in this case, is a little bit closed off, like emotionally. It can be almost out of necessity, not to get too deep into it because we're just having some fun, light gossip. But there's something there. I'll just say that there's something there. It can be the ability to like detach with a Capricorn moon. Also, they like to feel in control. So if someone has a Capricorn moon and always like leaves a relationship before they get left, that could be a manifestation of that. When to stay in control of your own feelings. And also like that detachment a little bit. It's kind of cold, the moon in Capricorn is cold, can be. Venus in Scorpio, another one, just like Leo DiCaprio, telling you they got some similarities. And then Mars in Sagittarius, that freedom loving energy of just more is more, ruled by Jupiter, expansion, travel, on the go. That with the Mars like passion energy explains a lot. So I think it'll take him a while to settle down. And those are just my top five celebrity F boys and their birth chart placements. I hope you guys like that. Now let's do a couple of cards. Let's pull some cards. You guys had some good requests. And this one is going to be quicker because it's just kind of a quick podcast episode. I'm doing another live stream on Thursday night and then Sunday night, you guys, just FYI. If y'all want to join me, if that'd be really fun. Okay, let's see. That'll be our regularly scheduled hour or two thing where we just do our thing. Okay, let's see. Beth, I like this. Okay, is weighing in. Beth says, I would have said number 5, Shawn Mendes, just because in the last couple of years, he's been out with a few older women and several other singers. Beth, you're right. Okay, let's add him to the list. I'm going to put him at honorary number 6, just because I'm just going to put him there. Wow, Beth, you've given me some things to think about. Yeah, the whole Sabrina Carpenter situation. Okay, in honor of that, I do like that, Beth. Let's pull a card for Sean's F-Way energy with the Sabrina Carpenter situation. I think I read this a long time ago, but I don't know if I went really into it. So in honor of the F-Way energy of this episode, let's just pull a card to see what was the F-Way energy that overtook Shawn Mendes when he seems to kind of be a little sleazy to Sabrina Carpenter. Let's see. What was the energy? Liz, can you say the 5 you did? Oh, yes, I can. Okay, Liz, we have. Okay, Liz, the top 5 F boys were number 1, Adam Levine, number 2, Leo DiCaprio, number 3, Tristan Thompson, number 4, Scott Disick, and number 5, Pete Davidson. And yes, please feel free to add your F words that you would like on the list in the comments. I think that's so fun and hilarious. Okay. Let's see. Shawn Mendes. Ooh, Queen of Swords. Okay. Well, the reason that he was being an F boy is because he was in Queen of Swords energy, ready to cut off anything that wasn't serving him, for lack of a better way to say this. Queen of Swords is all about protecting yourself, all about let's see. Wow, yeah, Queen of Swords. So you're like going to protect yourself, you're really thinking, you're in your head. This is giving detached air sign energy. I don't have his chart in front of me, so I'm trying to remember what his Venus and Mars signs are, but regardless of what those are, the energy that he was embodying at that time in his life was about being detached, moving through things, and making choices based on his own best interests. This is also like someone maybe who's been through something and they're kind of licking their wounds. So they're a little bit more closed off than they would usually be. So I think the reason that he treated Sabrina Carpenter the way that he did is because he possibly felt a little bit of a threat there. Like, maybe she doesn't really like me for me. I'm going to cut her off because I don't want to be hurt. It could be a fear of repeating an old cycle, or it could just be that, this connection served its purpose. It's not that deep, detached air sign energy, and I'm going to sever it so that I can move on. So in a nutshell, that's kind of what happened. And I feel like that really resonates based on the little things that we know about their relationship in the tabloids. That resonates. Oh my God, Liz, those are definitely F boys. Oh, Beth, that's what you thought about Shawn and Sabrina. Okay. I'm glad that you agree. Yeah, right. It does come through like that, doesn't it? I felt like, yeah, that felt right. Okay. Now, the other request that we had from earlier in our stream. Okay. So, a reading on Beyonce and Taylor Swift, their relationship, how things are going for them. We're also going to do Taylor and Travis, an update on them, and then and like what's coming next for them, their future. Now that like the NFL stuff has died down until next season, and potentially he's going to be going on tour with her. We're just going to be a little nosy and look into that tea. and Will Beyonce's album flops. We're gonna do those 3, and then I'm gonna, go have dinner with Lawyer Moog because he's a sweetheart and tis the Valentine's Day. Okay, so let's start with Taylor and Travis, and then we'll do all the Beyonce tea together. Okay. So Taylor and Travis, now they obviously have had a just precious romance play out in the tabloids. I feel like everybody's pretty much rooting for them at this point. They seem so in love. All of the videos of them that were like very candid, just celebrating in Vegas after the Super Bowl win, hanging out with his brother, Jason. It seemed just very like wholesome and fun and honestly refreshing. Like I loved seeing that. I feel like they're really into each other. But as we know, when things change in the relationship, it can be an adjustment. So let's pull some cards to see how they're going to adjust now that it's the off season and Taylor's going to be traveling. Rumor has it that Travis will be joining Taylor on the road, but let's just see what we can get about it. Let's just see what we can get. Let me take a little sip of my tarot tea first. Okay. For Taylor and Travis, what is oh my God, Ace of Cups, you guys. My cup runneth over with happiness and love. Every time I do a reading for them, I get just the most adorable cards of just like true love. I love this. Yeah, this is my cup runneth over with joy and happiness, true love, energy. This is such a beautiful card. So, okay, regardless of what comes next, this is the overarching energy surrounding them right now. So, regardless of like the logistics that they may have to work out, there is a lot of real love there. That's beautiful. I love that. Okay, so what are they going to do now? How are they going to manage going forward now that their schedules have changed? Let's see what's coming next. Beth says that is adorable. Oh. Okay, Beth says that she thinks Travis is going to be getting a ton more commercials and endorsements. I hope he does get to travel with Taylor and they grow even closer. Oh, that's such a good point. Yeah, I think he's going to have to make some decisions, huh, Beth? So let's pull some cards for how Travis feels first and like what his plans are, like what his energy is. Let's just see what's going on with him. Okay. The high priestess is funny. So he is really in his like he's trying to like get a little bit intuitive and like detached from what's been going on. I think that there's been a lot of like overwhelming attention and this has been like a peak moment for him, right? Like having his girlfriend there that he has this like ace of cups love energy with while he like celebrated winning another Super Bowl, like just that just happened last weekend. High priestess energy is just kind of like oh, like you're taking a moment to just like take a breath, get into your intuition, into your higher self. The high priestess is about like emotion, intuition, really trying to honestly like kind of be zen about things and look at things from a higher perspective, the high priestess. So I think that he is trying to align himself with Taylor. She's come through as a high priestess before in readings and he's trying to think like big picture. He's trying to um just kind of realign himself with like the next steps. That makes a lot of sense. Let's see what else comes through. Oh, you're starting to jump now. This is for Taylor and Travis. What's next? These are Travis's feelings, his thoughts, just kind of like where he's at. Oh, did y'all see that one fly out? Oh my God, got to take it. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing. Yes. Okay. Yes, things are changing. But what is changing? What is changing? That's weird that that Wheel of Fortune just like flew out. It's a pretty major card to be flying around. What is changing? Six of Pentacles. Okay. So this is about money, finances. This is my card that is about like gifts, giving people things, friendship. This could be merging more resources. Things are changing, bringing someone things. Oh my god, also stop it. Also, guys, this looks like, boxes, like if you were, like moving boxes or, like, traveling, bringing your things with you, doing something for someone else. Yeah. So, okay, this is like generosity of spirit. So he is, I love this. So he is aligning himself, getting ready for there to be a big change, Wheel of Fortune, which we all see that coming. It's the off season. His lifestyle is going to change. His day to day is going to change. And he's going to be packing up his things and bringing them with him on the road. I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed on the road with her for quite a while. I don't think this is just going to be like one off where he's going to like fly to be with her, then fly back like they've kind of been doing. I think he's gonna be picking up his stuff. Maybe he'll be there for 6 weeks. Maybe that's part of like 6 of Pentacles. I think that he's gonna be with her for as long as he's able to. He's gonna be in a generous place. It's all about being giving, giving of yourself, giving of your resources, bringing your things along with someone else. So I like that. That's really sweet. Let's see. Sailorologist is still here no matter what. Thank you, Liz. You stay strong. Okay, Beth says, I think Roger Odell, the NFL commissioner, needs to write a check to Taylor Swift for a portion of the $330 million she has helped the NFL gain. Hot take, Beth, and I like it. I think you're right. That could be the next step. Now that would be some generosity of spirit, some 6 of Pentacles. Okay, let's see. I like that. That's his mindset. I think that's pretty clear. So let's see. What about Taylor? How is she feeling? How is she thinking? What is her vibe right now when it comes to her relationship with Travis and next steps? Oh, the Hanged Man. Okay. Now, this can also indicate just anxiety of like not knowing what to do next exactly, not feeling like you have been in this situation before. So, the Hanged Man energy is just kind of like, I don't really know like what I should do next. So, it's like, I'm just going to kind of sit back and see like what the other person does, which makes sense because in all reality, like he has an opportunity to step forward, with her, which I think he's going to do with the 6 of Pentacles. But she is kind of tied up, Hanged Man. I think we got this for her the last time we did a check-in reading. She's tied up right now with commitments. She can't really do anything. So it's like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and like hope and pray that like the other person decides to like come along with me, which I think he's going to. But right now, she's kind of like, she's tied up. She's traveling. She has her set dates. She knows exactly what's coming next. And it's almost like her hands are tied. She couldn't come back to Kansas City and hang out with him if she wanted to right now. Okay, let's see. Oh, Roger Goodell. Sorry, not Odell. Oh, okay, that's just, Beth, not me, like not even catching it. So don't worry. I didn't know. Oh, but thank you for the correction, Beth. So I don't look like a total dork. Okay. So she's got a little bit of Hanged Man energy. Let's see what else. Ooh, the Lover's card. Stop it. Well, there's a lot of spicy feelings there. Okay. A lot of attraction. Yeah, this is very self-explanatory. The Lover's card. I mean, she is really head over heels. Okay. Like, I think that this is going to be a really good next chapter, you guys. We got some of the most amazing cards. And the fact that, like, over all of this, the main energy between them is Ace of Cups. My cup runneth over with just like joy. It's like, this is everything I've ever looked for in a person. And the next steps logistically, there's a little bit of like, we got to figure out what to do. But I think that both of them are stepping forward in the right way. And so I think that the next chapter is going to be really good. And I think we're going to see him follow her around now. And I think people are really going to love that. Not that they really care. I think that the PR element is very secondary, because this is a genuine relationship, Ace of Cups. But I do think for what it's worth, people will really enjoy seeing that. They'll be like, oh, that's really cool that this guy is now, following her around. And she's like the one doing her thing. It's pretty cool. I really like it. Okay, now moving on, the last 2 requests before we wrap it up. Taylor and Beyonce's relationship and Beyonce's next album. Will it flop? Rumored to be doing a country album. This is quite the departure. Okay, now I'm pretty sure the reason that this was requested was because at the Grammys, Taylor won her album of the year, her fourth album of the year Grammy Award at this recent Grammy ceremony. And that made her like the person who has won the most album of the year Grammy Awards in history. Really was a big deal for her. She's won a ton, but she's the only person to ever win four times for album of the year. And Jay-Z, before, they announced that, Jay-Z was talking about how not everybody is, honored properly and how some people don't even belong in certain categories. And, a lot of us have already seen it or have seen it written up. It was kind of a tense moment. He was speaking his truth. He was sharing. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the Kanye thing, but he didn't direct it towards anyone in particular. He left it kind of open-ended. But, with Taylor then winning album of the year, it did seem a little bit like he was discrediting the Grammy Awards and discrediting those that, won along with his award. I don't know. It's dicey, right? So let's just see. Was that awkward between Beyonce and Taylor? They've been very public about supporting each other. Let's just kind of see where's their friendship right now. What's the status? Beyonce has not made an appearance with Taylor at any of the Chiefs games, but who knows? Beyonce just might be busy. Let's just see, like, what is the nature of their friendship? What is the vibe overall? Let's get that overall card first to start with. The devil card. Okay. Well, I'll say this, some relationships or connections, they can be for different reasons, right? Like you have your good friends, you have your party friends. I would say that their friendship, it's fun and like lighthearted in a way. I don't think that they're like having, 2-hour phone calls or like texting about their day. I think it's more about, in a way, like a mutually beneficial friendship because it's like, okay, Taylor is able to send the Swifties Beyonce's way, and Beyonce has like the Bayhive and she's sending it Taylor's way. So it's more of like, this is a mutually beneficial partnership. We laugh a little, we have fun, we might have a cocktail once in a while when we see each other, the devil card, but it's not that deep. I don't think that they really, allegedly for entertainment purposes, have as deep of a friendship or connection as, maybe some of the tabloids might interpret. It seems just mutually beneficial. We'll leave it at that. Okay, let's see, how does Taylor feel about Beyonce allegedly for entertainment purposes after the whole Grammys speech that Jay-Z gave? Did it change how she felt at all or let's just see. Let's just see. Beth, that was such a sweet thing to say. I hope so too, Liz. Mm, Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. She didn't really like that. I think that this is funny too, because this is the card that I pulled when we were doing the Super Bowl tea and we were talking about like how Andy Reid, coach Andy Reid from the Chiefs, felt about being like bumped or like slightly pushed and yelled at by Travis um, on camera. The card I pulled for that was the Ace of Wands in reverse. And I thought that was funny because I've like never pulled that card before in the reverse in that way. And this is an exact repeat of that energy. So Andy Reid, he issued like a gentle correction to Travis but it wasn't like, he didn't have like remaining anger and bad blood, but he definitely disapproved of the way that he handled it. It's literally the same energy. So Taylor felt towards Beyonce and Jay-Z, just kind of in general. She felt a little bit like that was a little much. Ace of Wands in the reverse, I wish that you wouldn't have. I wouldn't be surprised if she made like a little comment, nothing too aggressive, right? Just like how when I pulled this for Andy Reid, he didn't even say like publicly that he was really angry. Nothing like that. This is not going to be like her next feud or her next like reputation era, enemy. Nothing like that, but definitely she felt a little bit of disappointment, allegedly, for entertainment purposes, and, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she issued a gentle correction backstage, maybe said a little something, like, to the effect of, "Understand you feel that way, sorry you feel that way. A lot of us are here and, excited to be getting these awards, and, it hurts when, when people try to say that we don't that I don't deserve it or people don't deserve it. Something like that could have been said possibly. But I don't think that it was a fight. I think that it was quickly squashed and yeah, just a little bit of disappointment. Nothing too crazy. And then how does Beyonce feel about Taylor? Beth says, "Yeah, I didn't like that Jay-Z did that whole speech because it was a damper. It was a damper. It was kind of a downer. It seemed like it wasn't the right place and time, you know? Maybe he could have said that in the press, you know, the following week and allowed people to receive their Grammys and feel, you know, their pride in that moment. And he could have spoken about it like later, right? I think there are ways to share your truth while still being respectful. Um, Penny said, I just looked. I guess he is single. Oh, looks like Zach's single. Zach Efron. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, how does Beyonce feel about Taylor? And then we'll read about her new album. Knight of Swords. Oh, that's funny. She sees her as someone who is very headstrong and is going to get her way. Now, Knight of Swords is all about thinking and planning and plotting. And Taylor even has a song where, or several songs probably, where she talks about being a mastermind. She alludes to the fact that she plans things out, she thinks things through. She's a Scorpio rising. So she does move her chess pieces, you know, appropriately the way that she needs to win. And that's what this Knight of Swords is. This is about operating not from passion, but from thinking, but from outsmarting people. So she actually thinks Taylor is very smart. She respects that. She admires that Taylor gets what she wants. And I think that's also why we have this devil card for their mutual energy, because I think that they both respect things about each other. It's more of like a mutual admiration. But yeah, that's pretty funny. So she sees Taylor as the Knight of Swords. There could be, yeah, that's okay. That's interesting. I'm gonna leave it at that. And let's pull a couple on Beyonce's new album just to see how will it be well received. How will Beyonce's new album be received? Let's see. Guys, the Five of Pentacles left out in the cold, not well. Is it going to be a country song album really? Where is my hold on, let me check. Let me check my tablet because that would make actually a lot of sense. Let's see. Beyonce, is that is that true or is that like a rumor? Oh, oh yeah. Okay, she really is doing a country. Okay, she really is going to be doing countries, some country music. Well, I think, you know, and again, I think it's great for people to express themselves as artists just because not everybody gets it. Who cares, right? Not everybody gets tarot. Not everybody gets astrology. Not everybody's gonna get. Not everybody gets sports. Like people have their own interests. So this is no shade to her because I think that if that's what she wants to do and she is feeling creatively fulfilled, she's Beyonce. She can do whatever she wants. But for the purposes of this tarot reading and how that music will be received commercially, the Five of Pentacles basically is indicating that, like, it won't be, like, a huge commercial hit, right? Like, it might not be as widely understood, at least immediately. Like, sometimes things catch on later, you know, sometimes something will come out, people don't understand it. That tends to be the case a lot of the time, actually, and people will appreciate it later. It might be too surprising, it might be too different from what people are used to, so people might have a hard time adjusting, but for whatever reason, yeah, Five of Pentacles, that is not a great card. Let's see if we can get any other energy about that. You guys are so sweet. I'm catching up on what y'all are saying in the comments. Penny said, "It was interesting how her and Kim K were wearing cowboy hats, LOL." Oh my god. Kim Kardashian. Have you guys been hearing about I've just been hearing little like rumblings about how she's with like Odell Beckham Jr., but then I saw like some posts that they had drama. I'm like, Kim, your love life. I don't know. I am like I have been slowly but surely getting over the Kardashians. And by slowly but surely, I think I'm totally over them. Um, yeah, I don't know. I get a weird vibe. Okay, let's see. Anything else about Beyonce's album? Anything else? Page of okay, an emotional, creative new beginning. Page of Cups. Cups are emotions and creativity. Yes, this is a new beginning. I mean, it's just describing it basically that for her, the reason that she's doing this is that she wants to feel inspired again. She wants a refresh. So, you know what? Who cares that it's 5 of Pentacles because she's doing this for her. She's doing this because it makes her happy and it's fun and different and exciting. And she can do whatever she wants. So, like, good for her. Um, yeah, so you know what? We're gonna just cheer her on, and she doesn't really need the money anyway, so I'll leave it at that. But okay, you guys. Well, I love you so much. I hate to run. We were here a little bit longer than I expected. Not too bad. Um, but yeah, I hope everybody has a really good Valentine's Day, whether you are spending it with somebody else, if you're spending it alone, that's awesome too. Self-love is the only kind of love that matters. And be glad that you're not with an F boy. You know what I mean? You could be with one of those people that I listed, and now that would be really tragic. So enjoy your Valentine's Day, whether you're alone, with somebody, whatever it is for you. You guys are amazing and special. And I just love our tea time crew so much. So thanks for being here, you guys. This was really fun. I'm glad we got to hang out, even though it was a quick impromptu get together. Thanks for showing up, you guys. Beth says, I think it's great that Beyonce's doing country music because there are so many new artists like Warren Treaty and Mickey Guyton. Okay, yeah, totally. Absolutely. Why not? Why not let Beyonce, throw her ring in the hat, literally, or her hat in the ring, so to speak. Aw, thank you guys. Thank you, Penny. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, Beth. You guys are all my Valentines. Happy Valentine's Day, Liz. Bye, guys. Good night.